MTC versus FBB on 16-bit LE. That sounds almost poetic. On the top right, the pink Zerg, FBB, fuzzy blue Baron. On the bottom left, did I say Zerg? I meant Pro. That was okay. On the bottom left, the orange Protoss, MTC. Now 16-bit LE is half red, half blue. Fairly interesting map. It has these pocket bases, which are very easily defended against everything but air. Has Zilnaga towers. MTC getting a lake gateway. FVB not getting a wall. Fairly similar builds though, overall. And FVB now getting a wall. I'm getting a forge and another gateway. Is that I think that's a complete wall off. That is a complete wall off. Unless a unit can pass through here. Okay, so that's a corner probe. MTC expanded into the pocket base. Isn't really mining much gas. Alright, FBB being super defensive there. MTC is supply blocked, but is getting 2 pylons, and his scouting probe is stuck. Alright, sent a probe to mine from long distance. And does build a forward pylon. Well, not that forward, but you know, in the third base. The cannon kills the probe and gets a Stargate. Alright, complete wall off, lock yourself in, get things that fly. That's definitely a decent strategy. MTC hasn't gotten any tier 3 tech yet. He's making stalkers and is getting his own Stargate now. To quote Winter, there's some decent TPM going on FBB's side. Stargate is finished though. These probes will not be long distance mining for long, which is very nice. And DC is using the classic Zealot skin, which is always, like all classic skins, looks a little bit ridiculous. And is getting Phoenixes. They're a bit of a complicated unit to use, but They are very good. FBB is going for a fleet beacon. No Void Ray, Phoenix, or Oracle. Straight to the big guns. Air upgrades, shields. Alright. We might see 2 base carrier. MTC getting a 3rd base. And batteries. Playing it very safe. Not sure what's coming up. So alright, the fleet beacon is complete, but FBB is lacking money, so he is doing some financial investments. And is scouting with a real Phoenix, not a hallucinated one. And does he see the... Nope, he doesn't see the Stargate, but does see the fleet beacon. Is there going to be any reaction? Okay, both players continuing their air upgrades. And shields. Shields generally aren't a great upgrade, but against carriers with shield batteries, they're not bad. FBB getting a hidden base. Can afford another carrier because one carrier just isn't that great. And is getting 2 more Stargates. MTC has more Stargates on the way, more gateways, and his own fleet beacon. Got a Void Ray, which will help a little against the carriers. Starting to mine out his bases. But alright. Let the carrier spam continue. And is Versa Tempest. Alright, Tempests are actually very good against carriers if you can target fire with them. And 3rd base. Yeah. 3rd base is producing probes. What you can do in these situations, by the way, is recall a group of probes with your 3rd nexus. But all of the energy is being used to chrono out carriers. And that is 3 carriers and 4. It's quite the armada. MTC making sure not to get supply blocked. I think I keep using the wrong letters because both of these are names that are 3 letters that keep confusing me. I wonder at what point FBB will be ready to just A move out. Because MTC is going to have an advantage the more time passes and he's allowed to macro up. His macro is more efficient because he doesn't have to produce from one nexus for a new base. He can produce from all of his nexuses. And he's going to move out. A move the third. This is very risky against 7 carriers with cannons helping them. 8 carriers. And the carriers are moving out. Oh no, are we going to see 2 armies moving out against each other? Moving out against each other's bases? Yeah, that looks like it's gonna happen. Carriers are floating left. This army's massing up to the right. Both players making more carriers. MTC getting one of each upgrade, FBB being a tiny bit more focused with his own. MTC also getting a mothership. And yeah, the attack has started. So, carrier does arrive. They are going full base trade. Nope. Carriers are being recalled. Where are they being recalled to? Accidentally to this base. Everything's gathered. Probes are also joining the move out. Tempest crushed the carrier. Yeah, this is just terrible timing. Yeah, Tempests are trying to kill individual interceptors. An interceptor fight is going on. And FBB GG's even though he's got this. Unless this is an aggressive GG, but... Wait, realizes he won. Still probably GG, but YOLO. YOLOing is important. Mothership's gonna be out soon, but a mothership is not that good against this many carriers. Although, it is very good. It is very good supporting this amount of stalkers and carrier and battery and cannon. Carriers are target firing. And stalkers aren't. Now they are, but this might be a little too late. Mothership floating serenely here. Well, it's going to die immediately. Yeah. And the YOLO wins the game. Micro is so important when you're facing carriers. You can't just A-move against them. You have to target fire. And these carriers are being very well controlled, targeting pylons. And now the GG comes down, I think. It will come down soon. MTC GG's. And that match goes to FBB, who won the base trade. Base trade, sort of. Match 2. MTC versus FBB. Match 2 is on Ephemeron. On the bottom right, the orange Protoss using the classic skins, MTC. On the top left, the pink Protoss using default skins, FBB. What makes Ephemeron special are the bridges in the middle. It's very fun to lay a trap on them. Fortunately, Protoss isn't that great at trapping. MTC is building a pylon in the natural for that natural wall. That's would be good against zealots, I guess. But FVB is ahead. Did take a tiny bit of a lead. And yeah, MTC is gonna leave his probe there to be able to build a Nexus when it's ready, probably. Yeah, natural goes down very quickly. And Forge goes down for FBB. Automaton 2000. So FVB gonna go for the corner base again. Now this might look like a full wall off, but this part here can be passed through by thinner units. Now it's blocked by a cannon and it's a full wall off. FVB is a very interesting player with very interesting instincts. And interesting is usually code for bad, but I don't mean it. I don't mean that. If he can refine his cheeses, he can be very unpredictable and scary. Okay, that Nexus just chronos itself for no reason. MTC building a wall. That's slowing down on probe production. Cybernetics core being built in the secret base. Would be good to build a cybernetics core in the natural, in the main. And yeah, and then you could go for starports and send void rays in from a direction the opponent isn't expecting. Instead, gonna work on strengthening his walls. Warp gate and alright. A Twilight Council. Going to start chronoing out probes. Lots of probes queued up. MTC is going double Stargate. Getting double gases in the natural. And FEB is going gateways. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Fleet Beacon, Phoenix, and in the Forge for MTC. Both players are sticking to 2 bases, though MTC's economy is much better. And High Templar. Templar Archive going down in FBB's secret base. Alright. Does look like MTC is going carriers. Got beaten by them, so is going to fight back with them, which is a noble strategy. Would be funny if this series just becomes endless carrier fights. Alright. So FBB's got unit production, but he really doesn't have that much units. He's got these 4 zealots. And he's getting charge. And Zealot Archon is an okay composition, but you need to make both Zealots and Archons for it. Unfortunately for MTC, an advantage he has is that his main base isn't where the main base is normally. So that is a bunch of High Templar. Yes, that is all wide enough for Archons to pass through. Okay, he's got this army patrolling the entrance to his main. That's cute. Getting a mothership. And another carrier. Alright, spamming pylons. I kind of really want to see how this works. Because carriers should hypothetically beat this very easily, but maybe Archons are a solution? Yeah, I'm not sure. And both players are massing things, but MTC has the better economy and carriers are generally really good. That's 3 carriers, it'll be 5 and a mothership very soon. FBB really should be spending his money. And it's nice to be worried about getting supply capped. Let's see what he's looking at. Okay, that is a nice quantity of Archons. Alright. So I just banned a user in Twitch chat. I was wondering who my viewer is. It's a bot. Alright. MTC is trying to deal with FBB's pylon addiction. And the armies are meeting up. Alright, now part of the advantage Archons can have against carriers is their ability to destroy tons of interceptors, I guess? And now these Archons all die. Alright. That wasn't great micro, but also I guess Archons are pretty bad against carriers. So the High Templar are out. And they're going to become... yeah. FVB says LOL and is very careful not to say GG after last time. These stalkers do decent damage to the mothership. They are pretty much the best response to mass air. MTC is killing pylons. Motherships are a great unit. GG. Alright, so that is 1-1. So let's see the third match. On Cloud Kingdom, which I'm not sure. I thought it wasn't a Legacy of the Void map, but maybe I was wrong. On the top right, the pink Protoss and the pink map, FBB. On the bottom left on Cloud Kingdom, the orange Protoss, MTC. So it is very similar actually to Eternal Empire, which we saw earlier, with these really nice round attack routes. Zelnaga towers. And yeah. The main attack paths are very choky due to rocks, but both of these are Sky Toss players. So we will see. FBB doing a normal high ground wall, so is MTC. A little bit slower. So I've actually never seen this map used. I've heard of its reputation as a great map. And it does seem to have some very interesting base layout. Like 2 paths from this base to this base. But yeah, one from the high ground that's much wider. And it is very pink. So yeah. Cybernetics Core Forge. MTC cancels the Cybernetics Core. and sets it to rebuild. Oh, cool. It has flying sharks. Flying shark, doo 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 doo. No, that's stuck in your head. You're welcome. Neither player's expanded yet. Both still on one base. As I said that. Neither player has also given me $1 million, but nope. Early Twilight Council. Early Twilight Council. Adepts being chronoed out by FBB. Attack speed and glaives. Alright. Kills the scouting probe. MTC is getting a starport. Stargate. Sorry. Are they going to... They're going to go there and patrol, if I understood that command correctly. Alright. So they're going to harass the mineral line. And they need to run away from the shield battery. Now they're 4. 5. I think that's enough to deal a nice chunk of damage to the zealot. And they can take on the stalker. And +1 is just about to finish up. That was a motorcycle in the background. And yeah, those are 5 glaved adepts. More on the way, but there is a supply block for FBB. Killing this pylon. No, they were so well placed, sandwiched in between those buildings. They couldn't have been killed by all these probes, and they can kill them back. And GG. Alright, so that was 2-1 to FBB. With a very nice early glaive adept attack.